Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash level request video. I'm going hard in September. Going to be doing lots of level request videos. Make sure you join the Discord server linked in the description down below. Tick the box in info to say that you've read the rules. Then you can access the level request form, which I'm taking these levels from. I will frequently be doing randomly chosen requests, so make sure you get your level on the form. You will have a good chance to get into the videos and get some feedback, but if not, I hope you can take something from it. The first level we're going to be going into in this video is Strangers by Koopa Zoo using Strangers by Far Out Official. Let's go. Ooh, straight into the action. Nice. I'm liking these moving arrows, although they are a little bit unoriginal. I do think they look nice. It's looking pretty simple so far. Very, very clean cut on the edges of the blocks. Pretty bright in contrast to the dark insides. Nice build up right here, significantly darker than the part before. I like that. We've got a black screen transition right now. Oh, no we don't. It's a little bit anticlimactic on the drop right here. I was expecting a couple more color changes, some more significant pulses, and the color scheme is very similar to the one that was introduced in the beginning. Quite dark on the insides of the blocks and bright on the outsides. There's not really much to spice it up. I was about to say that there's nothing to spice it up, but this part does change that. I just wish the part before this followed the same format, but this is pretty solid as a level. Very fun to play, very clear gameplay. Hopefully the end is strong, which it does seem to be. I'm never a fan of blank blocks or blank ground spikes like that, but I do think it kind of works at the end. Although it could be a little bit rushed, it does end it off on a nice note. Nice end art as well. I enjoyed that. We'll start the day off with a nice 6-star featured send. Next up, we've got Cosmic Flash by Jamies using Cosmic Dreamer 2 by DJ Jaina. This one's meant to be an 8-star. It's looking quite nice so far, actually. I'm liking the party style. The minimalist block placements does work pretty well. The glow is looking nice and crisp. It's a little bit static apart from the orbs, and again we've got another black screen transition. It's certainly original, but it does lack substance between the blocks. As the level progresses, there are a couple more movements introduced in the blocks, although these are separated by big saw segments like this, which I am not a fan of. This is very quick, and I'm not too sure about the minimalist block decoration anymore, as it just seems a little bit too open. There could be a couple more blocks or saws to fill the space there, but not overbearingly so, because I do like the idea of that. Ooh, that transition was a little bit harsh. I'm not sure. The gameplay is pretty fun, but it's a little bit unclear of what to do at times. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to just duck? Oh, you're supposed to duck the yellow pad. Okay, I see. I would prefer if the background was darker, because the decoration surrounding the blocks would stand out a lot more, and the glow would be a lot more significant. And when there's big spaces between the blocks, there's a lot of background shown, which is why I think it looks a little bit awkward, but I think it's something that still warrants a featured send, because it is pretty original. I like the style that's presented all the way through. There's some pretty nice glow. And I'm just noticing right now that the decoration is very repetitive. It's a lot of clouds, glow star pieces, and also those 1.9 looking blocks. And again, this transition is very long. The designs look very nice though. I am a fan of that. There's just a lot of open space that isn't really filled in very effectively. I think I'm going to send this for an 8-star rate, and then also put it in a fill later folder, because it definitely has potential. If it's spiced up a little bit, there's some more structures and saws added more consistently, I would like that quite a bit, because it is pretty original in its design. We've got Spike Challenge by Sozong Gamer using Oh Yeah Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Okay. EXO Eden cover by Not Aaron Musselwhite. Huh? Skit Palmer by Chris is D. Palmer. Oh, the guy made the cover and the level. What? Kind of baffled that this guy is whitelisted on Newgrounds. I'm assuming he makes other music, but this is so funny. Let's skip this as well. It does say on the form that I'm only accepting fully decorated levels. Zero G by Ultra Jesse is what we're playing next, using Computer Blues by Mega Nico. This has potential. This does have a lot of potential. Nice transition. Whoa. It's a little bit messy in its arrangement and the structure format, but this is actually pretty original. Whoa. I'm a little bit confused as to what's what. It's certainly very original. It fits the music pretty well. Once you get into the part, you do understand what's what, I suppose. I'm not sure how to feel about this because the color choices aren't the greatest, and although there are multiple tones of the same color within the blocks, I'm not sure if they really fit together because of the differencing methods. The color of grey that you can see in the background behind this mask is quite poorly chosen in my opinion. While I'm struggling to hit these ore patterns even though it's synced, I am a fan of the blending screen used right here to uplift the colors. I do appreciate that. And also, this is a pretty unique segment to have in a level. I did it! Oh my goodness! It's actually super fun once you get into it. It's just the fact that everything is quite clustered in my opinion. It's starting to get very repetitive as all of the same assets are being used over and over again. The same background, the same blocks. It's still looking a little bit basic, even though it has a pretty cool looking background and some pretty unique structures. I feel like there could just be a little bit more detail added. Maybe some pulsing arrows or something, because there's really a lack of movement in all of the blocks apart from the background. There's a lack of pulses. None of the colors are really changing apart from part to part. And transitions like these I'm a big fan of, where there's some actual pulses with a blending screen, uplifting these colors and making them somewhat interesting. If I had to be honest, the color schemes are a little bit dull right now. The edges of the blocks aren't much brighter than the insides, and then these lines over the top are super bright. This definitely has potential. It's got the effect ideas, it's got some of the designs right, but I just wish it was a little bit more developed. The colors could be tweaked a little bit to make certain things stand out a bit more. Again, I'm going to put this in the later folder and check on this creator another time. Call by Arfnez using Ping by Exile, probably Exile. Ooh, this is giving me kind of old school Brand Silver vibes right now. Very minimalistic, very clear color scheme, gameplay. Ooh, it's very minimalistic so far. There's barely any details, but what is there is actually pretty impressive. It's very unique as it stands. Could have a couple more decoration pieces to make it really pop and have some emphasis on certain areas, because right now I'm just looking at the blocks, nothing else. There's nothing to really grab my attention. There's no moving background. Sure, the glow is cool. The color scheme with the gradient at the bottom is pretty cool, but there's no changing aesthetics really. But this is actually very abstract and unique as it stands, and I appreciate this. It definitely has potential. It knows how to create atmosphere, tension, it knows how to make non-linear gameplay look pretty nice. Everything was super clear in that, and I think that if it was a bit more developed, it could definitely have a chance of getting featured. Shout by Flash27 using Go Longer by Mac Melto. This is punchy. Everything seems to be on the same layer at the moment, but there is some pretty nice designs to see. The background's pretty creative. This part is a lot more clean to look at because it doesn't have that really harsh checkerboard that you're staring at the whole time. And the gameplay is a lot more clear to see. Going on to 60% right now, and there's only been 2 parts. Don't jump. Ooh, that was actually a pretty nice transition, and I'm really liking how the background is moving right now. That is so smooth. Looking a bit flat on the top and bottom. Doesn't help that the structures are all in the pillar format, but this is actually looking pretty nice so far. This part could definitely have some more air decoration, but that transition towards the end was pretty nice. Oh, it was beginning to switch up at the end right there. It kept on switching the style. Wasn't really linked together, as the beginning couple of parts had a little bit of art in the background, and the ending sort of was much darker. It had a different tone to the rest of the level. I think this is another rate send, because it was really all over the place, to be honest. This part stands out to me. If the rest of the level was like this, it would probably get a feature send from me. It's just the beginning and the ending that's kind of swaying my decision right now. It did use a checkerboard background twice, which is a little bit unoriginal, but the structures are looking pretty nice, and there is some decent depth in some of the parts, and I like this distorting background with the smooth moving lines. From here, it goes downhill, in my opinion. Yeah, this one's getting a rate send from me. Bliss by Zioons, using Fly Me to Blue by Core Rune. The scene's been set pretty nicely. Very unique flashing effect right there, bringing the player in. Designs are very simple, but it does have some unique assets to connect the saws. Thought I could slide there, apparently not. This is pretty vibey so far. Very minimalistic in its visuals right now. There's barely anything in the background or the blocks, but we've got some uneven surfaces on the foreground and the background. The saws are swinging. These blocks are kind of getting repetitive, how they use the same color of white and some other opacity on the inside. Kind of waiting for the switch up at the moment because it's getting a little bit stale the way it is. As I mentioned earlier, there's no changing aesthetic that's really drawing me into this level. The reflection's pretty nice, I gotta give him that. And it's over. Grabe. Someone's name I can't remember. Hyper. So just Gerald Brown, basically. It's very stylistic. It's just a little bit underdone, in my opinion. Raw chicken. Next up, we've got Blotchy by Orsk, using Paper Skies Lightyear. Smooth so far. I'm liking the custom cloud assets. The glow's looking pretty nice. A little bit minimal in the block usage, but has some pretty nice vibes so far. Decent movements onto the screen. The color scheme's looking nice. You have to react very quickly to those orbs. And plus, those ground spikes have empty black space, something that I resent most of the time. But it's not too much of a problem for this, as it does have some decent atmosphere. It's a little bit all over the place. It feels like I'm just dropping in and out of game modes. There's not really much structure to it. The styles switched up very quickly into this glowy style, and this gameplay is super unclear too. It turned into a very heavy glow design level very quickly, considering it was very minimalistic to start off. It's dope. You know, it's got some decent glow effects, some decent pulses, some nice color schemes. It ends a bit randomly, but it's pretty nice. That gets a whoa from me. It's going to get a 6-star featured send. Bang, bang, bang. Whoa. Perhaps the last level to be played in this video is Mix Up by Tototi. Found it. Must have been re-uploaded or something. Mix Up by Tototi. Tototi. There you go. Using Yay by Fixer. It's looking crisp to start off with. I'm digging this two-tone aesthetic. If you ask me, these block designs are way too simple to be covering up so much of the screen at one time. Again, we've got empty black ground spikes. This is the theme of the episode right now. But I like this. Hello, sunshine. I like these rainbow blocks. Very unique assets. The clouds. The fact that the rainbows are kind of staggered on the edges. Very nice. Very clean so far. It's degrading in quality a little bit again. Very simple aesthetics. Very slow moving background. But I'm a fan of the way this glow is looking. It's a very simple level, but it does the trick. Mix Up, I'm going to be sending that for a 4-star feature. It had its ups and downs. That's kind of the point of the level. I really dig that sunshine part and how the rainbows were staggered. That's so unique. Maybe there could be some more significant transitions to link it together better, but I'm a fan of it how it is. Awesome. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to join the Discord server linked in the description down below. Like the video if you want to see some more level request videos, and have a good day.